Back in the 8th grade, there came a time when the girl with the three prettiest girls in the 6th grade classroom, Mr. McGowan's class at Mount Calvary Christian Academy, when I was walking to lunch or walking back from lunch, they'd be out having recess. They'd see me, they started waving to me. They said there was Laura, there was Emily, there was Joanna, the first three, and then Alexis later started doing the same thing. They'd always wave. But there's this girl in the 5th grade, Angie, she started waving at me when she'd see me. She even wrote me a letter saying, and I quote, "The girls in my class are being very mean to me. What do I do about it? P.S. Remember, I love you." And when she signed my annual, she said, "Always remember, I love you. I want your phone number for a school that's out." But ironically, the next year after that, she totally forgot about me. And she even fell in love with my cousin Casey the year after that, and made the comment talking about how this guy looked like me, but looked a little bit better than me. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. In the 8th, Mr. McGowan came to preach at Faith Free Baptist Church to try to be the pastor there. And I said, "Hey, you remember me? You remember when the 6th grade class used to admire me?" He just laughed like, "Oh, you laughed," as if I to say you're deluding yourself. And now that I remember, Sean had a brother. Sean was in a year beneath me, but he had a brother in that 6th grade class named Jacob. And Sean told me Chris Jacob said they like to make fun of you. But I blinded myself to that. But anyways, I so blinded myself. Why couldn't I be like that guy at American Idol? Kara was saying, "I was hoping you'd take your shirt off." And Simon said, yeah, I know you got the curse, you got the good looks. I never had that happen to me. That's how I slowly began to recognize that I'm not a good-looking guy. And I sell my soul for it. But can anyone give me an answer? If I was not the good-looking guy that I thought I was, why did those girls continually wave at me when they saw me? Why did that girl write me that letter saying, "P.S. Always remember, I love you. I want your number before the phone summer gets out"? I forgot to mention why even the 10th grade girls, they'd see me and they'd wave to me. They'd ask to read the stuff that I was writing. Nonsensical bullshit about video games and stupid, immature fucking shit. They'd see me, they'd wave at me. If I wasn't a good looking guy, why in the fuck did they do this? You know, because of things like this, I was able to believe back then that I was a good looking guy, and it was so satisfying, made me so fucking happy. Although I begin to notice I never ever had like that guy on American Idol like my cousin. With my cousin, he was voted Mr. Universe in his class one year, and that guy on American Idol, Kara DeGuardia, was like, "I was hoping you'd take off your shirt after one of his performances," and people telling him overtly, "You look good." I never got told overtly. When my mom told me, "Chris, I'm so grateful you're living for God because you're a good-looking guy. And if you were not living for God, you could get all the girls you want. You could have a good time and do all sorts of evil things." And that really made me feel like I was a good-looking guy. But the sad truth slowly ate away at me like a cancer until in 1993 I was forced to realize, no, I'm just an average fucking goddamn fucked up his ass fucking guy. I'm not a good-looking, exceptional good-looking guy. And it hurt. And I want it. If it costs me my eternal fucking goddamn soul, God fucking sucking dick sucking fucking damn it. Nothing God can offer me that make me, except of course unconditional love, never ending unconditional love, let me say that can never die. Nothing else, nothing God can offer me would make me, could make me want, I want nothing. He has to offer like I want to be that good looking guy with the longer arms. Well, I want the Bible wisdom just as much, but still, call me an idolater, I don't give a fuck. Just give me the good looks and let me burn for them. Now, if I can have the good looks, right, oh, fuck it. I'd like to have the good looks and go to heaven, but I don't want to have to make the fucking sacrifices. Fuck it, man. Fuck it, and fuck you too. goddamn fuck. Oh, and let's get one motherfucking thing straight right motherfucking now. These girls started waving to me first. That time I was coming down from the lunchroom to go get something from class. It was during lunch, and there's three of them, Joanna, Laura, and Emily. They were throwing the football. I come out the door to go back to the lunchroom, and they're like, hey, 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 and I'm like, hey. Totally caught me off guard. I come back down from the lunchroom after lunch, and there goes Laura sitting on the bench. I turn and look, she's I'm walking behind Laura and Emily in the hall one day, and Laura starts to go waving like this. Giggling, waving with her hand back like this. Well, that's my retarded hand. Let's do my good hand. And what else? These girls, I was a strange fucking fruitcase back then. I killed yellow jackets, messed with bugs. I was a fucking nutcase. In fact, my 8th grade year, for the first half of my 8th grade year, I was bullied because I was a fucking freak. One guy even told me, named Jared, the reason we hate you is because you're not like the rest of us. But eventually I came to be accepted by my school, not bullied. But why did these girls, and they kept on waving to me as the year progressed. We had a field trip to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and I got on the bus, and Emily's like, sit here, to the seat in front of them, her and Laura and Alexis. Well, one day I noticed that Laura stopped waving to me, and I was perplexed as to why. Come to find out, I found out that her and Anthony, the guy in my 8th grade classroom, had just become boyfriend and girlfriend. Coincidence or what? Why did these girls wave to me like, did they think I looked good or what? Were they just being friendly? But if they were just being friendly, why? Why did they choose me? But yeah, maybe I have something about me that's one egg short of a dozen. I'm not a good-looking guy, but I'm looking good in my own way. Just not good-looking. Like my cousin, like that guy on American Idol. And he even started into the 9th grade. Laura and her sister Anna, and the girls in now the 11th grade, they'd always wave to me. They'd always make it a point to speak to me. I'd have a hard time going to bed at night because I'd be so excited thinking about them. Well, one day I walked into the room and every girl, I had a crush on Anna. I was in love with Anna back then, in the 8th grade and the 9th grade. Painfully in love. And I walked in, Tanya said, hey. Hope said, hey, no, Tanya, Kim, Robin, Krista. And I'm thinking, okay, Anna, why aren't you saying hey? She's the only one, she didn't say hey to me like she usually did. I found out that she had just gotten a boyfriend, had just hooked up with the guy named Chris. I think that was his name. I don't know, I don't get this. Why did these girls wave to me? Was I a good looking guy back then, or was it all in my fucking mind? Because remember, I've never been told stuff like, you've got the blessing of good looks, or, man, I was hoping you'd take your shirt off, or stuff like that. Never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever. So, therefore, what's it there for? Therefore, I sell my soul to the devil to be that good-looking guy with the looks so smoking, drop dead gorgeous that at the very fucking least, that's the first thing girls will notice when they see me is how good-looking I am. And to have those long arms, like my satisfaction, and look like a teenager, so that I can also make up for these lost years. And that's the name of that fucking tune.